I'm too drunk to taste this chicken. It's a flood of talk.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's a flood of talk. We're back. Took a little bit of break. I had some computer issues, so we weren't able to.
Quarantine gang.
Yeah, right. We weren't able to record, but we're back. You know, we didn't go anywhere for real. We're still gonna be around here. But oh man, I think what are we in week like? What?
We're in week 3.
3? Is it 3?
Oh, I'm very aware.
It feels like week like 36.
Well, we're week 3 of the quarantine.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant.
We're like week 16 of the catastrophe.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant the quarantine. But I'm Steve. On the other side of the booth is Jay. Jay in the building. Erica's out again. She was actually going to join today.
My bad, I was watching Ravens games
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Big trust.
So Erica was going to be on, but she was tired. She's a busy woman. So she wanted to get some sleep. So she'll probably be on next week. But how you been, Jay? You know, everything.
I've been a member of the shut-in, not sick. You know.
Do you have the?
I've been studying Common Core arithmetic in the afternoons to try to help with the homeschooling.
Oh man.
My thumbs are robust now from all of the twiddling.
Yeah, I noticed you've been pretty active on Twitter. Not like you aren't active on Twitter, but you've been very active on Twitter lately.
Ain't got shit else to do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're sitting around.
Point out funny shit or yell at stupid shit.
Yep. That's kind of where we are right now. It's just taking your time to sit in your couch and tweet. That's all we have, folks. That's all we have. But in any event, we're going to go ahead and get the show going. So as we cue up our little music bed, we'll head into our Game of Thrones news that we have for today. So basically, here's what we got. Game of Thrones, Daenerys and Iron Bank blunder exposed as fans spot error. Okay. So, Jay, this is from season 7. This is was it season 7 or maybe the beginning of season 8 when Daenerys got over to Westeros? I think was that the start of season 8? That was the start of season 8, right?
What did the start? I thought it happened at the end of season 7.
End of season 7. Well, this is after she was already over here, and there was that episode where she ambushed that caravan going to on its way to King's Landing with all this gold and stuff, and the Tarleys were there, you know, and Sam's brother and dad got burnt up.
Yeah. And
well,
she couldn't fathom why he wasn't loyal to her.
Why won't you bend the knee, Sam?
I mean, who would have thunk it? I didn't do anything but kill your entire family. You weren't that close anyway.
You didn't like them anyway. I did you a favor, right?
Hey.
You get to keep the sword now. You don't have to run. But yeah, so I remember I had I remember having a question about that scene back then. And I remember we talked about it on the show. That I thought there was some discrepancies, but I think we came to a conclusion that maybe it was okay, like the scene was okay or whatever. But I read this article and the questions came to my mind again about just like the time dilation effects of Game of Thrones, like how people get to all these different places, and it seems like they're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah. Well, I mean, they already broke the space-time continuous corridor, so I mean, faster than light travel should be, but a mere thing. Just a trivial thing for a horse and buggy.
Right. So, in any event, so in this article it says there's this one fan, obviously it's the coronavirus pandemic is happening, we're all stuck in our homes, so this one particular fan is binge watching Game of Thrones. And she had a question about this scene. So she says, let's see. One fan took to Reddit to discuss an unclear detail with Daenerys' raid on the Lannister convoy into King's Landing. Redditor Patrick posted, first of all, I imagine I'd be among many GOT fans in saying that The Spoils of War is one of the best, if not the best, of all the show's episodes so far. The 4th episode of the season 7 is regarded, okay, blah, blah, blah.
7! I was right.
Unfortunately, Dany's raid on the Lannister caravan wasn't very clear for this viewer. They continued, in The Spoils of War, Dany's crew ambushes the Lannisters as they make their way back to King's Landing with the Tyrell gold for the Iron Bank. At some point during Jaime's subsequent conversation with Cersei, she mentions that she has the Iron Bank to back her up. Cersei Lannister is indebted to the Iron Bank, one of the most important financial institutions in the known world of Game of Thrones. But earlier in the episode, she assures its representative, Tycho, her increasing debts will soon be paid, obviously with this money from the Tyrells. However, this fan questioned how these loans would be paid back to the Iron Bank if the Lannister convoy had just been raided by Dany and her dragon, Drogon. They continue, did I miss something obvious? When Dany obliterated the Lannister convoy, surely she took their gold as well, leaving the Lannisters unable to pay their debts to the Iron Bank. Thankfully, some more fans stepped in to quickly rectify this error, and here's where my question comes in. They said, confirming all was not lost for the raided Lannisters, one viewer commented, it mentions early in the Spoils of War that the gold was at the front, which was already in the city. Dany attacked the rear of the convoy. Another fan added, this isn't a plot hole. Just before the attack in the Spoils of War, there is a conversation between Jaime and the others where it is mentioned that the gold has already made it to King's Landing. So I read that and I was like, wait a minute. So if the gold was already in the front, and I mean, how long is this caravan? Because I mean, as she was in the last couple episodes of Game of Thrones, just her getting close to King's Landing, had them. Well,
here's one thing. So, I mean, they basically looted. So they put the gold in front because that was the most valuable. But who knows? They had food because they were preparing for a siege. So it would have been food, weapons, armor, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Since they were preparing for a siege, so they're basically saying they took out all this siege preparations. But luckily, she got the gold in.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that in order for her to have done that, she would have literally had to be outside the gates of King's Landing. You know what I mean?
Well, she does have a dragon. She can fly pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, she could have took the city then. Like,
right?
Like, if all she had to do, well, then again, I guess she hadn't become her murderous self by then.
And then on top of that, she didn't want to get the dragon hurt or killed her, so she, it's a lot more of that when you go on their side of the wall.
It was actually closer to being hurt or killed when she actually did show up, though.
Exactly.
And then I think when they did try to make their initial attack against it, the King's Landing was prepared, and that's when the other dragon died.
Yep. With the ballista or isn't that what they were?
Yeah, the ballistae, whatever they're called.
Ballista, whatever.
I don't know.
Goddamn weird European pronunciation.
Potato.
This is America. They had the big shit to shoot the shit. Boom, America.
Yeah. So but anyway, in any event, so basically, I think it would have been. I mean, I think it was kind of a thing where they had to kind of finagle the writing so that they could get a scene where Daenerys destroys a caravan, but yet they're still able to get gold to King's Landing so that Daenerys has money to pay the Iron Bank. Although the Iron Bank didn't really have as big of an impact in the show as I thought they might.
Right. The books, they were way more impactful. But and then also I was thinking about that, though. I can tell you this where it doesn't make sense. Because if you were transporting goods in a wagon train, it would seem to be me just logically, logistically speaking, you put the most valuable in the middle so it can be defended. You wouldn't want to put the most valuable out front because you don't know what's around the next corner. If they attack you, then you lose everything. So that is kind of a plot hole because who would put the most valuable in the front to be vulnerable?
Hey, man, I got
I'm just saying, logistically speaking.
Right. Yeah.
That just, to me, that sounds like a very bad quartermaster got lucky.
Or more realistically, bad writing.
There we go.
Bad writing by the script writers. But that's basically our Game of Thrones news for today. And we'll go ahead and get into our bit of politics news, which I had 3 politics items that I was going to dig into, but I was kind of deciding on which one to do because all 3 of them were pretty good stories, but I decided on this one. It's really more in keeping with the coronavirus situation that we're all in, and I thought it was amazing. Like, the story itself is kind of unbelievable.
I thought you were going to go international with it because I thought that story was great too.
I consider that politics. That was it. It was the Boris Johnson one that I was considering. It was the Joe Biden talking about picking cabinet members and VPs after saying, I told Bernie I was going to do this, and then this one. But I decided on this one because I just thought it was incredible. But here we go. So let me just cue up the music for there. Oh, that wasn't right.
Swinnus.
So, yeah. All right, so our next piece of news is this one. Wisconsin Supreme Court overturns governor, orders Tuesday elections to proceed. This, to me, was shocking. So the governor of Wisconsin, he became the governor last year, September 19. He defeated Scott Walker, who was the 2-term Republican governor. This guy's a Democrat. Not the best Democrat, really, but I mean, it's Wisconsin, and their politics is weird.
No, let's be real. We're not calling anybody Democrats or Republicans anymore. This guy is a right center politician.
Yeah, sure.
All right. That is an apt description because saying Democrat, it doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah,
Joe
I
Biden
agree.
Isn't a Democrat. He's a right center, not center right, but he's a right center politician.
I got you. I agree. The whole I agree. We might be in store for some political shifting in the next, few cycles. But anyway, we'll see. In any event, so there were a bunch of Democrats that had been calling on the governor to, postpone the elections. And early on, he was saying that he didn't have the power to do that. He wasn't legally able to take a unilateral action like that. But then, as the days and few weeks went by, and we're seeing cases continue to rise in the United States, he basically said, you know what, I feel like it's my duty to protect the citizens of the state of Wisconsin. So with that being the case, he'd ordered the
postpone of elections.
Not only that, but he ordered the stay home. He had a stay home.
Yeah.
He put a stay home order in place, and also he postponed the elections to like June or July, I think. And but he did that, and the Republicans in the state Senate immediately sued him.
They believe you can pray the sick away, okay? And if you just put a little cheese on it, it'll be okay.
Yeah, so it says here, Wisconsin State Supreme Court blocked Governor Tony Evers' late executive order postponing in-person voting in Tuesday's elections, meaning the state's presidential primary and hundreds of local elections will proceed hours after the governor announced he was postponing them due to coronavirus. The ruling came after the GOP-controlled state legislature challenged Evers' order. The state Supreme Court split 4-2 along ideological lines. So dang, man, you have a state here where the state assembly is run by Republicans. The state Supreme Court is basically they have 7 justices.
They have 6.
No, they have 7.
Oh, 7. You're right. You have 7 because one abstained. You're right. You're right.
One abstained. The 5. There's only 2 of them are left-leaning justices. The other
only 2 are center left. The rest are right.
Gotcha. So yes, you have 5 right justices. The one that abstained because he was he's in the elections.
Yeah, he's up for election.
Yeah, he's up for election. Hours later, the U.S. Supreme Court also ruled. The U.S. Supreme Court, dude, also ruled in Republicans' favor, partially blocking a lower court's extension of the absentee ballot deadline in the state, in a decision that also divided the justices ideologically at the U.S. level.
Well, I mean, that's not the Supreme Court. Isn't surprising to me at all anymore. Because I mean, go down. We got 2 rapists.
Yeah.
And then then you got Gorsuch's a thief. Yeah, I mean, like, so Supreme Court is not like,
yeah. Oh
it's
man,
it's not a bastion of justice or judicial prudence.
I know, right? Clarence Thomas.
You got 2 rapists and a thief.
Yeah, just Clarence Thomas and Kavanaugh alone is just like,
Brett.
Yo, really? These are the guys. These are the guys that are passing judgment on everybody. Come on, man.
They're rapists, and no one hates a nigga like Clarence.
Yo, dude. Okay, I don't want to get on a soapbox, but in any event, my card keeps falling. All right, so let's see. So here's Here's what the Supreme Court in the Supreme Court. That obviously was split on ideological lines. The person who wrote the dissenting opinion was Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She said in her writing that what is happening here will result in massive disenfranchisement. Either they will have to brave the polls, endangering their own and others' safety, or they will lose their right to vote through no fault of their own. I agree with her here as far as her reasoning goes. Progressive groups were scrambling late Monday to determine what legal action, if any, they could take in an attempt to win an injunction. A separate lawsuit was also filed last week in federal court in Wisconsin by Democratic State Senator Lena Taylor, a mayoral candidate, and other parties seeking to postpone the election. But their election takes place tomorrow, man, so, you know, I would imagine that even right now there's people trying to make stuff happen. This article was updated on, let's see, today is the 6th, so this article was updated today at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So there's still actions that are happening to try and get this election stopped or postponed, rather. But we'll see if those people are successful. I doubt it. I think that the elections will probably be held, and people are gonna go. Like,
quick question.
Go ahead.
Is this what they mean by American exceptionalism? Like this stupid shit? We do the most exceptionally stupid shit because is that what they mean? Like, is Jersey Shore American exceptionalism?
Yeah, it's that type.
Because I don't know what that is. I don't know what American exceptionalism is.
We're exceptionally dumb. That's what that is.
Okay. All right. Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah.
Had questions.
Exceptionally dumb, because that is just silly. Like, why? And here's the thing. To your point, because like there's really no daylight between the parties in this situation, because the Democrats are doing the same thing when it comes to these elections. You know, just 2 weeks ago, when people shouldn't have been out voting in those 3 other states, behind the scenes, the DNC was pressuring states not to postpone their elections. You know, so
yeah,
it's all silly. It's all just dumb. Like, people should.
FEMA is sending out military body bags as their way of helping. And y'all motherfuckers want to just get together, like 2 inches from each other, to pull a lever and call what? Ugh.
Yep.
But then again, I kind of halfway understand where they come from, because we in Baltimore, right?
Right.
All right. You live in a county, you might not know this, you might not see it like I see it, right? Because I live in the city, right?
Okay.
Every crackhead is still outside and living. Crackheads don't go to the doctors.
No.
Crackheads don't take care of themselves.
No.
The only vitamin C a crackhead ever seen was crack. And they doing fine as fuck. I got questions. What, are y'all testing something on them? Because, they is cracking. Go down Penn North right now. They is cracking. What's up? Ain't nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, hey.
They mad because y'all niggas at home and they can't steal your DVD player.
Like, damn, when these people gonna leave?
I need some copper. Like, this is hey, I'm just saying. And then, I've been thinking about it. I've been in the house. Why is the coronavirus racist too?
Why is it what?
Coronavirus racist.
Really?
New York, 80% of patient deaths, black and brown.
Oh, damn.
Chicago, 64% of patient deaths, black and brown.
Ooh.
New Jersey, 80% of patient deaths, black and brown. Even Corona's racist?
Man. That's terrible, dude.
Start looking at the racial breakdown of the stats of this.
I didn't even know that.
Look it up. I'm trying to tell you, like, bruh, Corona is racist.
Didn't even know that. But yeah, that probably speaks to just the way society is structured, that, you know.
Oh, yeah,
it is. Like, the situations under which you're going to be dramatically increased to have it.
You're giving all the logic and all that, but it's America, all right? So, America, black people are the canary in the coal mine. So they're just waiting, like, oh shit, a nigga died. We need to fix him. But I mean, by the time they fix it, it's not really that good. You know, we ain't grateful because we already been dead.
Yeah. Wow, dude. But yeah. So this was amazing. I couldn't believe. I still can't believe how much combat goes into having a process where you're going to put tens of thousands of people together, scores to maybe hundreds, depending upon the size of the place, in one room.
And we every year during the voting process, doesn't matter where you are, every state, county, locale, you hear the stories of the unprecedented lines and the 4-hour wait time just to vote at the polls. So not only going to have these people here gathered together, but they're going to be there for the length of a pro football game.
Right. Yeah, that's it. And they're all touching the same equipment. Yeah, it's just silly.
Yeah. They're incubating the virus to wipe out the maximum amount of people possible.
Yeah, hopefully everybody who goes wear gloves and a mask, something, or just don't go. Like, don't go vote. Like, don't go. Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to go.
You're already going to hell in a handbasket anyway. So I mean, really, what the fuck?
You don't have to go. Be safe.
Piece of cheese.
People should be safe. But anyways, all right. So we're coming to the break. I got a song to play. It's from a hip hop duo called what is their name? It's ISO Indies.
There you go.
ISO Indies. The song is called Euphoric, and I only have the clean version. I was looking to see if they had just the straight up regular version that wasn't edited. The editing is it's not too noticeable. The song's pretty cool. They're from Brooklyn. I think it's like a producer and a lyricist duo. I don't think it's like they both rap. I think it's just one guy raps, the other dude produces or something like that.
Gangstar model.
Yeah, exactly. So these guys are pretty cool. And let me go ahead and get that queued up in just a second here. All right. And we're back. That's a cool little song.
ISO Indies.
Yep. ISO Indies. There'll be a link in the show notes if you guys want to check them out. But we're going to keep it rolling. Got some more news. This one is also kind of well, not kind of. It is related to the coronavirus. You can't escape the coronavirus at all in these news items, really. So this one is Disney. Let me over here. So Disney alters movie release dates, boosts Disney Plus suite. One of the cool things that's interesting here, if you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube, the Walt Disney Company price, the stock, I guess, the consensus price has dramatically gone down. So at the end of 2019, the Disney stock was above 150. The price was above 150. It's now at 93.88.
88.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you got some extra cash, now the time is to buy.
Yikes, dude. Yikes. That's pretty bad.
Bleeding funds.
Yeah.
Well, hell, we got to close Disneyland and World forever.
Yeah, exactly. So, let's see. Disney has reshuffled its upcoming movie release dates, with Mulan now set. Well, I'll get my comments later. Mulan now set to open on July 24th, followed by Jungle Cruise on July 30th. Much anticipated Marvel Studios' Black Widow is scheduled for November 6th, while The Eternals will hit theaters February 12th, 2021. However, Artemis Fowl, which was gonna be in the theaters, will not be released in the theaters. The action movie based on characters created by Eoin Colfer will be exclusively available on Disney Plus. Notably, on March 19th, in an 8K filing, Disney announced that it delayed the theatrical distribution of films both domestically and internationally due to the coronavirus outbreak. Black Widow and Mulan were among the movies Disney postponed. The coronavirus outbreak is hurting Disney's business. Shares have plunged 35.1% on a year-to-year basis, outperforming the industry decline of 36.3%.
There we go. So they're ahead of the curve, though.
Let's see. Disney, which has a Zax rating, which has a Zax rank number 4, Cell, continues to suffer losses from the closures of its theme parks and cruise ships. Cancellation of sports events is expected to affect its ESPN business. Expected to affect? Yeah, it's probably affecting it already. Disney kept California and Florida parks closed for an indefinite period. The company has shuttered its Paris resort due to coronavirus, and on and on and on.
Basically, everybody is having a coronacation, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it says here further down, Disney has bolstered Disney Plus content portfolio to gain users currently on lockdown, triggered by the pandemic. So I guess they're trying to make up some of their lost money by getting new subscribers to Disney Plus. That's going to be hard when you're having a record number of people going into unemployment. So those people, even though they're at home, they're not going to be spending money to get Disney Plus.
Also, they fucked up the stimulus.
Oh yeah, do you have any news on that?
I mean, they've already called it a botched rollout. Those stimulus checks that we're supposed to be getting as of the end of this week, we're looking to June or July.
Yo, man, they are so tripping. But I will say this: any movie studio, and AMC included, who thinks that they're going to be able to open their theaters in June, those guys are tripping. Because you can go ahead and open them theaters, but good luck trying to sell tickets.
And then the other part of it is, if the state that you're in doesn't consider it a essential business, well, guess what? You ain't opening. That's governor discretion, boss.
Yeah, exactly. So the states that say you can't open, obviously they won't be able to open. So what I think everybody's thinking is that these governments are going to be like, okay, everybody, you can get back to business now. But until there's a vaccine for this virus, man, people are not going to be they're not going to be gathering in groups like that.
Ain't no going to the club.
Nah, man. People ain't going to do it.
Strippers is hurt. I'm being so serious, though. Like, yeah, dog. Like, a strip club is just like a Ziploc bag of Corona, all just smushed all together. Oh, they ain't open back up. They can't.
Yo, it's gonna be crazy.
Yo, it's gonna be a surplus of strippers in like a couple months. Dog. Buy low, fellas. Buy low.
But yeah, so it's not gonna happen. There's not going to be movies. People aren't going to be going to movies in June.
Hey, ain't nobody sitting next to nobody.
Like, if people say, okay, everybody, I mean, obviously, the majority of us are gonna have to go back to work if we're told to go back, because people are just, they're gonna need to pay bills and stuff. Some of the stuff people will have to do, but going to the movies,
you will risk your life for the well-being of your family. You will risk your life to make sure that you are able to provide food, shelter, clothing for your family.
Of course.
You will not risk your life
to go see
your
a
family
movie.
To be entertained.
Yeah, right.
For double butter movie popcorn.
Yeah, that's not.
And Twizzlers. You don't risk your life for that.
And that stuff costs as much as a whole dinner. If you just one box of Twizzlers costs
exactly
like a whole dinner at a restaurant. They get
paid till June, July for that $1,500. Like that's going to do a whole lot for like 3-4 months that we missed. But
this coronavirus pandemic might change the movie business for good.
Movies, it's going to change the entertainment business.
So much stuff's going to change, man. I don't know what all those changes are going to be, but I don't know if there's a going back to normal after this.
There will be a new normal. Like, things have been reorganized. For one, I can imagine pretty much every country, looking like Japan, like how people in Japan just like casually wear masks anyway.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole world now.
I noticed that. Yeah. I noticed that today. I was like, dang, it's like we live in an East Asian country. You know, it's like you just see people with masks.
Like, you know, so and that's just like one small thing, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, things is different.
Yeah,
things gonna be different for everybody except junkies.
Right, but now
they still outside and they healthy.
Right,
as long as they get high, they got superpowers and can't get sick.
But you know how people used to like, you know how some people would like give money to like those panhandlers on the street? They're gonna be like, nah, you stay away, buddy.
Nah, they will give it to them, right? They'll be like, ping, and flip a coin like 35 feet.
Yeah.
They're gonna tie a dollar bill to like a rock, like.
Right.
Ain't gonna be no more windshield washing though. That's dead. You're right. Is everything good over there?
Yeah.
I mean, if Corona's creeping up on you, you know what I'm saying? Call somebody.
Right.
I already told you he's racist. You are a target.
Yeah, but yeah, there's no. Yeah, it's gonna be different, definitely going forward.
We will find out what the new normal is when this passes, and we'll have to adjust accordingly because it just simply will not be the same.
Right. All right. All right. So the next piece is Florida Man. So let me get that going. All right. Here we go. Oh, I have to show you the picture of this guy. So there we go. So Florida Man who drank bottle of wine in Winn-Dixie causes hit and run crash, police say. Let's see.
You did not read the byline. Report.
Yeah, 11-year-old girl, drugs found in vehicle. Okay, so
that is an important byline, sir.
So this is gonna be funny here. So
it escalates quickly.
Yeah. So Orlando, Florida. A Florida man who drank a bottle of wine that a Florida man who drank a bottle of wine that he was unable to pay for at a Winn-Dixie then fled the store, ran a red light, and caused a hit-and-run crash, all with an 11-year-old girl in tow, according to the DeLand Police Department. Police say they were called to the grocer on New York Avenue on Sunday in reference to 51-year-old John Rowe drinking a bottle of wine in the store and leaving without paying after the multiple gift cards he presented were all declined. And let's see. So he left the store in a black Hyundai, but not before an employee took a picture of his license plate and watched as he ran a red light on Spring Garden Avenue, T-boned a Spectrum truck, and sideswiped a blue Hyundai. Police said the victim in the Hyundai suffered a seizure as a result of the crash, while the Spectrum truck driver was not injured. Rowe kept driving after causing the crash until officers located him and the vehicle at a CVS on Woodland Boulevard.
I bet you was trying to get another bottle because in Florida, CVS are wine.
The suspect denied driving the vehicle and instead pointed the blame at an unknown man named John. But a woman and here's where the story gets funnier. But a woman and an 11-year-old girl who were in the black Hyundai let officers know that Rowe was indeed behind the wheel. Officers said the woman told them she went with Rowe and the 11-year-old girl to Winn-Dixie in order to shoplift. So she put some applesauce and chips in her purse, but then got scared, threw the items away in a trash can in the store's bathroom. She told Rowe what happened, and he insisted that they leave the store. According to authorities, that's when Rowe began driving erratically and caused the crash. The child said Rowe's driving made her scared for her life, and she was shaking in the back seat with her hands over her eyes while they were on the road, the affidavit said. When the cops searched the truck, they found a syringe, 2 glass pipes, and crack cocaine residue.
And you can see nothing happened to him. He ain't got the corona. He survived that 3-car accident, stumbled around. I told you, he on crack. Crack cures the Rona.
Oh, man.
You heard it here first. Trump is talking about that hydro, whatever. Nah, duh, crack. Proofs in the white man.
Yo. So yeah, Rowe was arrested on charges of driving on a suspended license and committing an act that could harm a child. Winn-Dixie trespassed Rowe and the woman, but opted not to file charges. Yeah, well, they're gonna go. The guy's going down for something more serious than that. But yeah, that I started laughing. Like I was reading this, I was looking for a Florida man story, and it was, interestingly enough, for funny stories, this was the only one. Everything else was like just really tragic or like mundane, right? And then I happened upon this one, and I was like, oh man, this might work. Especially when I got to the middle and I read that the woman basically told the police officers, oh yeah, I went with this guy and my girl here to shoplift. Like, what?
Well, first off, I got some questions.
Oh.
So she didn't say my girl. She said the girl.
Well, you know,
she don't even know her. She don't know her.
Now
Who is this child?
Wait, does she know?
She said, officer said the woman told them that she went with Roe and the 11-year-old girl, not my girl, my daughter.
Oh no, I'm just saying my girl in a colloquial
sense. I'm
sense.
just saying I got questions like, who is that girl?
Yeah.
First off, where? I got questions about that.
Maybe it's his daughter.
Whose daughter? His? I don't know. I got questions. That's right. I got questions. Then I got questions like, this woman. See, if you're going to commit crimes with people, you got to know them more than like 5 seconds, all right? Because obviously she ain't about this life, John. Or whatever. Not John.
No, not John.
What's your name?
What's his name? His name
Bro,
is...
Obviously, she ain't about this life. And you took her, and she still show you off the rip. Like, how did you know her? Where you find her at? You need to do better. But you know what? He good because he ain't got the wrong. But watch, when he go to jail, he won't be able to get no crack. He ain't got money. He ain't gonna be able to get no crack. He gonna get the Rona. I'll bet you, because he gonna sober him up. Look him up later in a month. He gonna be dead of the Rona.
Of the Rona.
Out of the Rona.
He gonna get that Rona.
When he's sober up.
Yeah.
Crack kills Rona.
Sober. Once he's sober, Rona gonna get him.
COVID scared of the crack.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just had those a couple questions, but again, this goes to prove my theory that crack cures. Not nary a thing wrong with this dude. He drinking in the store, driving around, causing a scene to help shoplifters, get in the 3-car accident, 0 injuries, no sickness.
Yeah, what's funny is he's just in a store drinking a bottle of wine. He's just chilling in the store while homegirl.
You said a bottle.
Yeah, a bottle of wine, drinking a bottle of wine.
It doesn't say a bottle. It doesn't say a bottle. Because I look at his picture, I'd assume the box.
Oh, you know what? His name is John, dude. His name is John Rowe.
There you go. And John.
But he's.
Fully drove the car. There you go.
But then when the cops finally get to him, he says, "Oh no, it wasn't me. It was some other guy named John."
He was drunk and couldn't think of another name quickly, so it was the other John.
It was some other John. Like what John, dude?
He ran, dog. I'm at CVS.
and then you could just imagine the grown woman and say, he was him. It was him. He was the one.
See, I understand that part. See, right? You done already did the crime and stuff. Like you got to carry that lie to the end. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you caught, but this ain't John Rowe first time being locked up. All right, he been locked up at least 7, 8 other times.
No, go
So
into
he- yeah,
CBS.
He gonna tell the judge the same story and cross his fingers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you. I get it.
I'm telling you, the other John ran into the CVS. Go check the CVS.
And Mr. Rowe, what was his last name?
I don't know. His name is John.
Go. It was named Go.
John Go.
Sounds like Rowe. Remember, he's drunk, so he ain't the most creative.
I'm
You know,
John Rowe. John Go was the one driving.
Yeah, there you go. See.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that works. But yeah, again, he's Rona free because he's on crack.
Yep. But there you go. Florida man strikes again.
The taint of America rears its head yet again.
Yep. So that's it for the show. This was kind of a short one. Short and sweet. This is a Coronacation edition. So first of all, not many news stories except Corona. So look forward to these time links until the Coronacation is over. Maybe that'll be the title of this one, Coronacation. I already had the coronaviral episode last time.
See, there you go.
This is Coronacation.
I'm just trying to contribute when I can, where I can.
Corona, or should we call it Ronacation? I don't know.
I'm just mad creative right now because I have nothing to do at all.
I hear you, man. All right, well, let me get us out of here.
A flood of talk is a...
Oh, that's not the right one.
Remix.
All right. Okay, folks. The happy music tells you that we're done. But we'll be back next week. Just remember, A Flooded Talk is everywhere. We're here on Twitch every Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Archives are gonna be
9:30-ish.
Yeah,
Damn it,
9:30-ish. Just be here at 9:30, damn it. We're archived on YouTube. You can get us on our audio version on any podcast platform that you want to listen to us on, or you can go to the website afotpodcast.com, check the show notes, leave comments, all that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything left to say. Jay, do you have anything you want to say before we skedaddle? Use an old school term there.
We COVIDing out.
We COVIDing out. All right, yeah, that works. All right, guys. So that's it for us. See ya.
A Flood of Talk is a 2 Cent Planet production. Go to 2centplanet.com for other shows and articles.